Hey folks, this is Jeff Phillips with SmokeABT.com, and today we're going to be making some stuffed jalapeno peppers. We're going to make a cream cheese mixture that we're going to stuff into the pepper. We're going to wrap it in bacon, and these are commonly known as ABTs here in the smoke and meat world. And if you haven't heard of these, you definitely need to give these a try. They make such a good appetizer. I try to throw these in anytime I'm making something else like brisket or pork butt. These things get done in about 3 hours, so you always have some appetizers ready while people wait on the other stuff to get done. Anyway, I'm really excited to get into this, so let's get started. So I'm sitting here prepping these jalapenos, and I wanted to show you how I do it. Now, some people cut the stem off and just hollow them out this way and then fill the whole pepper with the cream cheese mixture. I prefer to make them into boats, which just means I just cut them in half this way. I just feel like it's a better ratio. I fill the half of the pepper with cream cheese and wrap it with a half piece of bacon. And to me, that's just a better ratio of pepper to cream cheese to bacon. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, you've got your whole pepper here. Just lay them down, and I just try to cut it halfway right where the stem is. So you definitely don't have to be perfect with it, and you end up with a part of the stem on each one. And then of course you need to hollow them out so you have room for your cream cheese. And it's really important that you have a sharp knife when you do this. Maybe a little smaller knife would work better. I tend to use the same knives for everything, especially if I have one that's really nice and sharp. And sometimes just get in there with your finger and remove what you can. A lot of the heat in these peppers is concentrated around the white rib area, the pith, and so I try to remove a lot of that. And another thing you can do, once you get these finished, you can soak these in Sprite or 7-Up, some kind of citrus soda, a couple hours. Remove some of the heat. If you need a lot more of the heat removed, you can even leave them overnight. The heat level of these can range from mild all the way to just make you cry. You know yourself, you know your family and friends and how they like stuff, so you can just do what you need to do to make the heat level where you need it. But that's about what you're looking for, something like that. You just got a good hollowed out area. You've made a boat out of it. And we're going to fill this with cream cheese once we get finished. I'll go ahead and do this other one real quick, and then we'll do the rest of them off camera. I just try to get under it with my knife on both sides, and then at that point I can usually just pop it right out, just like that. Try not to be too perfect with it. And that's good right there. They are a little bit labor intensive. One thing we like to do that I try to recommend to everybody, have your friends and family come over a little early and have the stuff all laid out on the table, and let everybody kind of prep their own jalapenos. They can prep them. They can fill them. I mean, you can already have the cream cheese mixture all ready, and you can have the bacon already cut and ready. And everybody just kind of show them how to do one or two, and then just let them do their own, and as many as they want to eat, until you run out of ingredients. And it's just a good way to cut down on the work for yourself. And then, of course, you can cook them when they're all ready, and everybody kind of had a part. So just a little suggestion there of something I do, and just seems to work really well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and prep the rest of these off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got the jalapenos all prepped. We're going to end up with about 30 boats here. I've had the cream cheese sitting out here for about an hour and a half. It's nice and soft. So let's go ahead and put it into the bowl. And that's 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to add 1 cup of cheddar, which I just do a handful. And then 1/4 cup of Jeff's original rub. I don't generally measure. I just, about a 1/4 cup. Then you just kind of stir that around, mix it all up real good. And this amount of cream cheese mixture will make enough for about 12 to 15 jalapenos, halved like this, or even if you do them whole. I just try to spend a little bit of time mixing that up really good. That rub and that cheddar cheese really makes it taste good. You want to get that as evenly mixed as possible. And then once I get this all mixed up, we'll spoon it into the jalapeno boats and wrap it in bacon. And that's pretty good right there. So you can see about how much that made. Alright, I'm ready to start filling these. The first thing I'm going to do is I've got my bacon here. I'm going to slice the bacon in half. I'm going to just find the center and just go ahead and cut that right in half. So now we have plenty of bacon. It only takes about a half strip to go around the boat. So I'm going to grab one of the jalapeno boats. I'm going to get some of the mixture on my spoon, and I'm just going to kind of press it in there just like that. And that's all you need. Grab a piece of bacon. I just start on one side and just kind of wrap it around. It don't have to be pretty. That's all you do right there. See, I've got it. I just wrap it around, and a lot of people will poke a toothpick through this to hold it. You really don't need to do that. In my opinion, it stays just fine on its own. And I'll just lay this on the rack over here, and once I have all these done, we can put them in the smoker. I'll do one more. Just get some of the mixture on your spoon, kind of press it into the jalapeno, just like that. Grab a piece of the bacon. I just kind of lay it on one side there, and then just wrap it around best I can, and that's all you do. And I'll do the rest of these off camera, and we'll be right back. So I got all these wrapped with bacon, and now we're going to put these in the smoker. I'm using the Camp Chef Woodwind today. Go ahead and raise the lid here. As you can see, we're getting some really good smoke. I'm just going to place these on the bottom rack, and let's get this lid closed and let some smoke happen. Alright, we'll let these cook for an hour, and then we'll be right back. Jalapeno peppers have been in the smoker for about an hour, and so let's take a look at them. Looking really good. Now what I want to do, we've gotten some really good smoke on these things, and since we're using a pellet smoker, we wanted to start out low, because on a pellet smoker, the lower the temperature, the more smoke you get. So I started out in low smoke on my Camp Chef Wi-Fi, and now I'm going to crank it up to 250. I went too far. So I've got it set for 250. Now I'm also going to set the smoke to 10. I want as much smoke as possible at that high temperature. Now what that means is I'm going to see a lot more fluctuation in the temperature It's going to average 250, but that algorithm is going to create more smoke. And that's the cool thing about this Camp Chef that I really like. So I'm figuring about another 2.5 hours, we will have some stuffed jalapeno peppers to eat. I'll see you then. All right, it's been about 2 hours since we turned that temperature up to 250. And as you can see, it's holding a pretty good temperature. It's maintained within 10 degrees of 250 the entire time. So pretty pleased with that. Let's get a look at these peppers and see what they look like. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I would say those are done. The peppers look cooked. The bacon looks like it has a good bite through finish on it. Good color. Let's get those out of there. I'm going to set these right here. I'm going to go ahead and taste one of these. Oh my goodness. Guys, these are so good. These are just delicious. You have got to make some of these at home very soon, so you can experience this like I am. All right, well, that's a wrap. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today as I cooked up these stuffed jalapeno peppers in the Camp Chef Woodwind pellet smoker. Had a great time doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, you can do that down below. This is Jeff Phillips with SmokeABT.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.